go ahead and put out the decks I'll be using so you guys can see them. Okay, so this next pick a card is going to be pretty much a weekly forecast or weekly prediction, timeless. So if you're watching it now, it's for the upcoming week. If you want to watch it at a later date and pick a pile, then it's for that week starting from that day, like a little 7-day forecast. Felt that was really good for right now because we are coming up on a whole lot of stuff changing, and having a forecast about what's about to fly into our lives would be a pretty good heads up. So we are going to be using the self-care, because who doesn't need self-care right now with everything going on. We are also going to be using the Black Moon Astrology. Now, I wanted to use the Black Moon Astrology because possibly with everything happening, it might be able to give us either some things personally in your charts that are going to be heavy energies hitting you, or it might be that you guys will get some of the upcoming transits, or if you watch this at another time, maybe it'll hit transits at that time, but it'll let you know what things are going to be affecting you the heaviest. So it's the main reason why I want to use this one right here. And then we're going to be using the Soul Speak. Whoop, there we go. Soul Speak Oracle, which is my oracle. And for those of you that haven't entered the May contest for, it fell over, for the Inner Child Healing Oracle, which is what I used in the last pick a card. It has the wrapper on it. This is a new box that's getting sent out to whoever wins. And then you get the crystals too, if I can put it down. There we go. But you get the crystals too, the rose quartz, the angel ore quartz, Shiva eye shell heart, desert selenite, howlite, and Palo Santo. Little bundle. That's the giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe to my YouTube and comment a little diamond on your favorite video. But yeah, that enters you into the contest for that. But like I was saying, then we're going to be using the Neo Rider Tarot, which this one is really pretty. It has like rose gold coloring to it. It's a really pretty deck. So now I need to pick out the crystals for this group. Well, first one that's kind of popping out to me is the amethyst. Quit looking over there and look at my amethyst. And it has pretty rainbows all in it. This is actually a smoky amethyst, because this point over here actually has some smoky quartz in it. But it's rainbow filled to the moon and back over here. That's going to be my first group. So second group. It's a little random, but we're going to do this for my second group. Little Opalite Bear. Just a cute little bear. And he's opalite. Let him chill out. Maybe put him this way. No. He's just really bright right there. It's like a spotlight. But So that's my second group. Let's see. I'm gonna do this for my third group. This little bundle right here is Aragonite. It's the brown, because Aragonite comes in a lot of different colors. But this little piece is brown, and this one for the last group. This right here is called it's called Grape Agate, which I'm pretty sure you could guess why it's called that, because it looks like a bunch of grapes. But yeah, this is called Grape Agate. Bunch of little purple cluster. But that is going to be our 4 choices. The Smokey Amethyst, the Opalite Bear, the Aragonite, and the Grape Agate. So I'll let you guys kind of have a look-see at them to decide. Before I just jump straight in case you guys want a little extra time. Let's drop some stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and put you right here. So this is going to be my Smokey Amethyst group. Let's get some weekly forecast prediction energy going for you guys here. What's going to be happening in these next 7 days for you guys? Okay, so we're gonna have Moon with Soul coming out first, which there's a few things here with you guys. So within the next 7 days, currently at this time period, even though it's timeless, but I'm gonna talk about some of these transits. By the end of this 7-day cycle, we are going to be, which technically, because it's an eclipse, we're already kind of sitting in the energy, because eclipse energy is very encompassing. It goes a lot more than just full moon, new moon energy, which is 3 days before, 3 days after. We could easily already be feeling this energy, because eclipse energy sits heavy and it hits hard. For this group in particular, this eclipse energy is going to really do some rocking motion over here for you guys. There could be a few reasons for this. Some of you could either have some heavy Gemini, Sagittarius placements that are literally being thrown into this and having a lot of oppositions and conjunctions happening with all this crazy energy. For others of you, it could literally be the same thing. Like, it's possible to have grand crosses, but I'm trying to remember the opposings of the mutables. I think it's Pisces and Virgo. So if you have Pisces and Virgo placements, this could also be causing squares to this energy. So you're either going to be in opposition mode with this moon, or you're going to be having squares happening if you have placements in those 4 signs. And it's going to be heavy because if it's oppositions, you're being called to balance. Like there's going to be things feeling chaotic and that you need to balance things out, and you need to have the, for you guys especially, it's going to be intuition. There isn't going to be a lot of logic going into how you're flowing through these things this next week. You're going to have to rely on instinct and intuition to get through a lot of the things being thrown at you. You also, if you have like the Virgo Pisces energy and it's squaring, there's going to be a lot of challenges being thrown at you, where it's like instead of balancing things, it's more like you're having to overcome these things being put in your path. This could have a lot to do with really going after things you want and having like this dream that you want to accomplish, and like trying to find a way to ground this idea and do something with it, and having people pushing against you. It could have a lot to do with feeling like you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have, like possibly some of you could be trying to get into school or something, or trying to, there could be something with school dealing with Gemini and Sagittarius energy, but it could be dealing with either graduating or trying to get into a school, trying to pay for something with school, not knowing if you're going to get accepted, just like a lot of things up in the air, and like really kind of feeling like you're running around with your head cut off, which is why you're being told it's really important to kind of lean more into your intuition than to allowing your mind to kind of run rampant and like fly all over the place. Because even though we have moon here and the moon deals with our emotions, having the triple goddess energy with the maiden mother crone is really calling for us to have each of those aspects, which is having the curiosity of the maiden, having the growth and the creativity of the mother, and then having the wisdom and the security of the crone. So it's like being able to create from this space. Some of you are really going to be stepping into some creative opportunities as well. But like I said, you guys have to trust your intuition on this. Some of you is going to be more having to deal with issues with your mom, whether that's healing from issues with your mom, or it's literally like, you know, just in person dealing with mom kind of thing. Or if they have a birthday or something, that's going to be some type of birthday. We got 10th house with the world, and this is reversed. Like I said, the opportunity thing, like obviously the world makes me think of the tarot card with opportunity, and this is reversed over here. It even has a clock on it and a globe and everything. But 10th house is our career, it's our legacy, it's our public image, and this is it being turned on its head. So it's almost like everything's up in the air. Some of you, I don't want to scare you, but this could be job loss, but I feel like the reason it's happening is because you're being given a different opportunity. So it's not necessarily like getting fired, but it's more like you're presented with an opportunity, and are you going to leave the old behind to take the new opportunity? And it's like this intuition over here. Like I said, there's going to be things coming through where the practical energy is going to be telling you one thing and your intuition is going to be telling you another. And this is soul energy. Like you're being pulled towards soul. And a lot of times what we want to do soul-wise does not look practical. I'll go ahead and say it that much. But this 10th house is like you needing to let go of the status quo public image that you might have curated. And you, okay, look, 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, and you guys got Capricorn. This says I use. Having Capricorn energy, and this is coming out upright, also want to say something else after I say this, but having Capricorn energy come out upright after this 10th house reversal over here. This is, like I said, you guys are going to be having this image turned upside down on its head. But this is saying use it to your advantage. Like, use it to create something instead of, like, sulking over it. Capricorn's very ambitious. It's like, I can turn whatever the hell I want into gold. So you're going to be looking at, like I said, there's opportunity in this, but you might not be seeing it if you're stuck in a very rigid mindset. It's like you got to be open to the ideas that flow in. Otherwise, it's going to be like you're feeling very stuck. Also, I want to look at this as this placement, because we literally got a planet, a house, and a sign. Now, Moon in Capricorn can be a tough energy, because the Moon is our expression, and it's our emotions, it's this ability to be gentle and receptive. Capricorn energy is a lot more masculine. It is the go, push type masculine energy instead of the receiving feminine energy. So it's almost like these energies are like this friction against each other. And that's where this change is happening. That's why things are being turned on its head. Is because there's these conflicting forces happening where career is concerned. It's like the heart and the mind. Like, which one wins is what's happening. And the thing is, what's needed, and like I said, for some of you, if you have those placements that are going with the current transits right now, it's gonna be this major balancing act. Like, the happiness is in the medium. That healthy balancing is where you're gonna find the happiness. But there's definitely something that is a major change happening for you guys. And it seems so far to be a lot with career and really following your gut. And this is literally what I was saying about not using your mind. This is Jupiter return benefits and Gemini I think, and they're both reversed. This coming out together is pretty much, I mean, it's letting me know that, like I said, you're not going to get any benefits from being stuck in your mind. And for some of you, like I was saying, if you have Gemini, Sagittarius placements, that's where all this balance is going to come from. And the thing is, these are opposing energies, like I was saying, because Moon is ruled by Cancer and its opposing sign is Capricorn. There's a lot of balance needed here. You also have this thing where don't have the monkey mind thing where it comes back and it's like making you second guess yourself. Choose your course, stay the course. Otherwise, if you let your mind and you start thinking too much get in the way, you're going to completely strip yourself of the things that you could have gotten if you would have just stuck with your gut on it. Because it's going to seem very unconventional, because 10th house Capricorn energy, like this being upright with Capricorn energy, is very conventional. It's ambitious, conventional energy. But having this reversed is like it's saying unconventional. And having the clock going is like going against time. And that's like going against man-made time, because Capricorn being ruled by Saturn is man-made time. And then going against that is more going with divine timing and intuition. So it's like stepping into that instead of looking more at the man-made side of it. You guys are being pulled towards the more spiritual, trusting side of it, which for some of you might be a big struggle if you're very used to being like the really practical energy. So let's see what the tarot has going on in here. You got Strength reversed. Okay, a few things with you guys. Having Strength reversed. One is vulnerability. When I see Strength reversed, this is being vulnerable. Having Moon energy out here and having your public image kind of like flipped is like you're gonna feel very vulnerable. And And obviously it can make you emotional, because it's like, especially if it's something that you worked hard for, because Capricorn works very hard for its shit. If you worked very hard for this, it can leave you feeling very weak and defeated. But the thing is, keep going, because this being a major arcana means it's a major change. And like I said, the world is reminding me of the world in tarot. So you having a major arcana come out with this is like you're going through a major shift. This moon energy over here coupled with this also is like the battle, because the strength card linked with Leo and the sun linked with ego can easily be like the ego getting in the way of your intuition, and these kind of fighting energies where it's like, are you gonna let the ego and the fear stop you from moving forward, or are you going to trust that what is for you is coming and you're gonna go with it? It's like, because if you cling very heavy to this when you're being shown opportunities that you can go for, but it's like, you know this, because that's something that can happen with Cancer energy, is that if you know something and it's secure, sometimes that comfortability that comes with that, it's hard to pull yourself out of it. It's like you don't want to come out of your shell. It's like, screw it, I'm gonna stay over here. And it's like, some of you guys need to watch out for that, because that's ego talking. It's making you scared, like you aren't going to achieve anything, which definitely, if Capricorn placements like that hits home very hard, because it's like achievement is like the middle name over here. So let's see. I just said this. 8 of Cups reversed on this. Some of you are going to have a lot of trouble trying to move on from this. And it's because you worked hard at it. It's because you have a lot of emotions in it. Because this 8 of Cups reversed is a lot of emotional attachment. I mean, that's like Cancer energy, and being attached to this image, being attached to this thing you created. And it's like that feeling of a failure for leaving it behind. So some of you, it's really gonna be hard. Like, you're gonna feel very stuck and very stagnant until you trust this. For some of you, this upcoming week, you're not gonna move anywhere, because you're still gonna be stuck in this energy. Unless you decide to open up a little more, because you guys really having a hard go with this. Okay, so we have, this is 7 of Cups, right beside the 8 of Cups reversed. And this is a lot, because it's like you guys are refusing to move on, but there's opportunities staring you in the face, like a lot of them. This isn't saying that you're moving on into an empty black hole. Like, you're literally staring at things. Your hard work that you did doing all this is what's opening these doors. If you're emotionally attached to this, you guys need to this I use your resources and choose the opportunity that is going to make you happy, instead of feeling like you're trapped. Because this is making me think of 8 of Swords energy, like you guys are trapping yourselves with your ego and refusing to move when you're being offered all of these opportunities. Thanks for following, hun. Okay, I'm saying you guys are being given opportunities and you get 3 of Pentacles. Which means there are people that actually like your ideas, and this could be people investing in you. This could be, for some of you, the reason this job thing is changing is you could be getting a raise in the job you're in. It's like leaving a position. Like there's something changing with either a job title, your Your image, if you have a platform, it could be like changing to something different and worrying about how people are going to receive you after you change it. There's just something here where you're changing something that you are more known for to follow something that actually goes more with you, because this is more aligned with your ego, and what you're moving towards is creating community that aligns with your soul. And you're going to have supportive people. There's either going to be people working alongside you as equals, there's going to be people investing in you, there's going to be people willing to give their time to help you. This is a lot of very helpful energy. And it's very stable, helpful energy. And you guys have a lot of options here. But there's this illusion that you need to stay over here or there's no safety, when the only safety we've had so far is this pinnacles, because that's the stability coming through here. You have the pinnacle with all of these resources coming in if you choose to go this direction, instead of being over here like I don't have any choice. That's the illusion here, is that you don't have a choice, when in reality you have choices. There's more than one over here. Ten of Swords. Coming out on this reversed mind, monkey mind energy. A lot of mental anguish with this group over making a decision. Like I said, you guys with the ego and the mind, what helps you guys is using your resources, not jumping in your head and making assumptions over what will happen. You guys need to trust your intuition, because right now you're like your mind is not your best friend. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that. You guys have, especially because your ego seems to want to come out and cling to things, that's a lot of fear. So, and Swords is air energy with this Gemini energy. This is like really overthinking, causing yourself a lot of pain over this. Some people might have made you feel guilty over leaving, and that's why you're having trouble. But you have to realize that if people are making you feel guilty for doing something that's going to make you happy, then those people don't have your best interests at heart. And you got the Four of Cups reversed. This is really telling you guys, opportunities are coming to you, don't miss it. Like this, I mean, upright obviously is being bored and missing the opportunities. But having this reversed is like, you see the opportunities. There's going to be no second guessing of it coming. Like it, either these things have already been presented to you by other people, possibly wanting to work with you. And like this feeling of betrayal from this old thing, like you can't leave us, we've been together so long, blah blah blah. It's like you guys are having opportunities open for you, and it's like you're gonna have all this guilt over here, all this pain over the fact that you're taking an opportunity that's new instead of sticking with this old thing that you're actually not that happy with. I know you guys are like, oh, like you're gonna see the tower. But the tower reversed over here. You guys, like I said, this is, you guys have a choice. Because tower reverse is like you're choosing what you're breaking down. You're not having this force just come in and break things down. You're being, like, you have multiple cards here telling you have choices to make. And golden opportunities that are like right there for you to choose which road you want to go down, what's going to make you happiest. And it's like, don't overthink it. If something makes you happy, then that's the thing. Like if you start going into all the things of what can go wrong with doing what makes you happy, it's endless. That's just how it goes. And you guys having the tower reversed, it's like telling you guys, you can choose to make this crumble and start something new. You have the choice. And obviously there'll be some pain, because if people are making you feel guilty about it, Maybe they're even saying that they're going to be short-staffed or playing on the different things because you're going after something different and they're not going to have someone to replace you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not them being happy for you. That's them trying to put stuff on you for you to take care of so you don't go after what you want. That's not like a true friend, basically. And the people talking from this place are coming from a place of ego as well, thinking that you won't go off and do something if they make you feel like shit. So, definitely not your best interest at heart there. Oh my god. Okay, laugh more. You guys. So, you're being told, basically, trust your intuition, quit monkey minding yourself. You know, kind of like this energy, even though it's saying laugh more, it's like, this is kind of like looking at things for how ridiculous they are. Because if you kind of step back and you look at things instead of like, you know, looking at it from the way that everyone's trying to make you look at it, because there's some tens going on here, so there's obviously completion. But if you step back and you look at it from, like, say someone that wasn't in your position, you're just looking at what they're doing to somebody, realize how ridiculous it is, and it's because they're clamoring and they don't know how to, like, straighten themselves out. It's pretty much like they're running around not knowing what they're doing, and they're trying to put this work off on you because you're a dependable worker. You deserve happiness in going after what you want. It might hurt because it might seem like some people don't want to be around when you do that, but oh well. Like, you'll be a lot happier meeting your people that are all like about what you want to do that makes you happy, instead of feeling guilty over people that try to make you overwork yourself to the point that you have nothing left to give, basically, over here. It's almost like The Walking Dead. Open yourself to the signs. Like I said, intuition wins out over the mind here. You guys, you're going to be a lot more open also to things that are coming in and trying to show you where to go if you're in a more optimistic state than just feeling completely scared. Which is probably also why this laugh more is over here. It's like being more open, allowing yourself to think outside the box, because you guys have a lot of cups here. You guys are very intuitive. I mean, you got the moon too. So you guys are definitely intuitive, and you're being sent signs as to, you know, what's going to help you. It's just you guys got to kind of move past that fear so you can start. I mean, some of you are definitely seeing them. Okay, car confirmation. You guys are definitely seeing them. But it's like that fear is keeping you from acting on them. Do not give up. You guys are being given a lot of encouragement. It's like, keep going. It's like you guys are being coaxed to like start making the changes pretty much. And this is like over the next week. So obviously this is a lot. So it's going to feel like a huge thing that's just kind of clunked on you. Or if this is something that's been going on for a while, it's going to get to that point where you're at a fork where you need to make a decision. So this is pretty much like, don't give up on your happiness. Well, some of you you're ready. You guys are doubting yourself something fierce over here. And this is, the Ten of Swords is a lot of doubt also. This is like a lot of pain, a lot of guilt, a lot of doubt. You guys are really being... I mean, look at this progression here. It's like, you know, lighten up a little bit, you know, open yourself up. Don't give up. You're ready. It's like it's progressing very rapidly through here. If anything, this is probably giving you guys a progression of your energy. What it feels like to me, at least, for the week is like kind of, you know, try to open yourself a little bit. And then as you do it, you're going to be pushing through challenges and making choices, and you're going to be at the point where you know you're ready. And trust yourself always. You guys are really jumping on that trust boat. Look at that. Your happiness is your destiny. Told you guys. If you guys, okay, look, I want to go ahead and say this because some people are probably thinking, oh my God, the pressure of 1 week. This isn't saying completely everything is off the ground in 1 week. This is basically you guys making a decision is what this is about. Because you guys are being faced with a choice, or choices, from the way this looks. This is kind of sitting with yourself, see what makes you happy, and making a decision. Now, the work can come after that. I mean, you have the Three of Pentacles. There's going to be some collaborative work going on. But this is mainly you right now making a choice, and then everything else is going to start falling into place. So, let's get some self-care. Going on for you guys. Oh, thanks for the follow, hun, and hello. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I feel like you guys have guides that actually try to make you laugh by being completely ironic. Because we have take a walk over here. So it's almost like they know you guys feel overwhelmed. They're saying, you know, lighten up, take a walk, you know, just kind of chill. It's like they're, and for some of you, being told to chill kind of pisses you off, I'm not gonna lie. So you having this come out is almost like, are you freaking kidding me right now? You're telling me to chill? But this is kind of, you know, you guys have guides that push your buttons. And this isn't just like going outside and walking. This is like learning yourself as well. Because like I said, this is a whole lot about you guys making a choice to choose your happiness instead of whatever image is being pushed on you, or whatever responsibilities, because Capricorn's sign of responsibility too, so is 10th house. So you guys having all this responsibility pushed on you, and it's like, does that make you happy? And if it doesn't, it's like, okay, time to take a walk and think about it. Because, you know, being around other people constantly telling you like this thing, like I said, don't be using your mind and all these thoughts that people are telling you to make you feel like shit with this 10 of Swords. Really allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to laugh at how ridiculous people are acting too, because honestly, like, some of these people are going to be acting a fool, and the best way to deal with it is laughing at them. Like, I'm not going to lie, like, it's going to be that ridiculous, because people really get their panties in the wad when they feel like they're going to have to take on responsibilities that someone else was doing, and that they were doing a better job at than they could do, which is, I feel like you guys are extremely hard workers. And that when you guys do a job, it's like the job of 3 people. So you guys going off and following like your passion, your happiness and everything is pretty much leaving like a slot of 3 people needing to be filled. So if you guys are like in retail or something and they're like, no, don't leave, like we're your work family, and like all this bullshit with this 10 of Swords making you feel bad about going and living your best life, like laugh about it, because it's like that. The company does not care. They can hire whoever the hell, and those people eventually are going to move on and find their stuff. I can speak about that from experience. The people I used to work in retail with years ago, all of them don't work there anymore. They all found their passions. They're not there. So if you're sticking around trying to keep all the responsibility, you know, even if it's not retail, I'm just throwing that out there. But it's like, if you're sticking around trying to take the responsibility because people are making you feel guilty, and like they are your family, when the family that really wants, like your soul family that wants to invest in you, is sitting out there and like really waiting for you to step into making the choice of your happiness. It's like you're just pretty much getting used. Like you're the one getting used instead of using your resources and your intuition to make the choice that's best for you. So that was the speed talk from the Take a Walk card. Let's see what other self-care, but yeah, that can definitely still be going out in nature for some of you and just needing a brush needing a breath of fresh air. Got meditate. Some of you really just need time for yourself. People don't leave you guys alone. You can't open yourself to signs because you don't have any time to yourself. It's like you can't be alone with your... This is probably to take a walk too. It's like getting away from people. You have dance, but it's coming out reversed. Some of you... Okay, one thing that really came out with this is dancing to your own tune, but with it being reversed, it's almost like you're dancing to other people's tune. It's like jump, 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 like through the flames, through the hoops, whatever it is. It's like you're being told to jump, like whenever I, like, you know, the snap of the fingers, make sure you're jumping and doing what I want. It's like you're being put through all of these things that aren't going to what your soul wants, and it's like it's not something that makes you happy. It's like you're being used as like a mule basically, because you will get the work done and people are making you feel guilty for wanting to do something that would make you happy, because it would take you out of the environment where you're being used as the workhorse. And we got look to the stars. As I have told this group already, if you have currently, if you watch this at another time, I don't know what transits are going on, but it is timeless for the messages. But for right now, if you're watching this at the time before the eclipse, if you guys have Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, or Pisces placements, this is important for you guys, because Gemini and Sagittarius are going to be this eclipse energy. So if you have Gemini and Sagittarius placements, you're going to be put in this stronghold kind of energy where you're having to balance major aspects of your life. For some of you, if you literally have like Gemini and Sagittarius going back and forth between your 4th and your 10th house, it's going to be balancing out career and family. But it really depends on where it's playing out in your chart. Now, if you have Virgo and Pisces energy, or those placements, this is going to be squaring this energy, which means there's going to be challenges brought up. There's going to be things you're going to have to overcome. It's not going to be a balancing act. It's going to be more of like the will to pursue, the will to overcome this energy, this 10 of Swords over here, the will to walk beyond what people are trying to keep you boxed in as. So you might have things thrown your way that either really hurt you or that pretty much make you have to think on your toes, because there was that Tower reversed thing. But the thing is, the Tower reversed, like I said, is you making a choice about what you want to break down. Are you going to break down the thing that doesn't make you happy and go after what makes you happy? Or are you going to completely shut the door on what makes you happy and stay in this place? Like, is that going to be your choice? Now, not saying that you're never going to get the opportunity, but right now you're being given the opportunities, because there's actually multiple, but you're given all these choices right now to move away from this if you want to jumpstart it and move away from it. Cards are stuck, but that's specifically for the look to the stars. But otherwise, this is letting you guys know, like I said, with the clock on this over here, you're not working with man-made time. You are now working on divine timing. That's why this look to the stars is not saying like, you know, planning. This is like literally you're on the divine plan right now. So it's like, go with it and trust it. Okay, you guys really have this movement ordeal that you have over here, and I think that's also going back to this Eight of Cups reversed. Big time trouble moving on. Because you don't know if you can trust it. You're having trouble trusting yourself. And in this picture, she has all this energy radiating off of her, but she herself, her body is the cosmos. It's made of the stars. So you're having to learn that your soul and that the energy that resides within you deserves to move forward instead of being stuck here. Because you guys have a very stuck energy, and it comes from fear. Because movement is the lower chakra energy. It's a lot to do with the sacral and the root. And that comes from us feeling secure. It comes from us feeling that inner trust that nothing is going to shake us. And the reason you guys are so stuck is you don't know if this is going to bring security, because you're learning to trust your intuition. That's why I'm telling you guys, this is a week. This is 7 days going on right here. You're being told to make a choice. You're not... Some of you, it'll be very rapid, yes, where you're just going to be jumping straight into something depending on what it is. But for others of you, you're just being told to make a choice internally of what you actually want, so you can start moving towards it instead of ping-ponging back and forth over not knowing what you want, over changing your mind. It's like, really take that time with yourself to decide what it is you want instead of listening to what everyone else is telling you that you want. And then you guys have write a gratitude list reversed down here. This, with it being reversed, like I said, writing is also a very Gemini thing. It's Mercury. That's just making me go back to the overthinking energy. Because some of you, when you hear... Okay, I want to talk about this real quick because I feel like this is something that gets thrown around a lot too. The thing like about be grateful for things, right? Now, a lot of times I myself, I'm guilty of this, of being ungrateful because there is a lot of shit happening. We are human. We are not supposed to be in this constant state of being grateful for everything being thrown in our direction, because it is just not in our human nature. Sometimes we are going to throw a pity party and it's going to happen. But at the same time, it's like, if you're sitting in this energy and you're being told, write what you're grateful for here, and then feeling guilty over the fact that you're writing what you feel guilty for and that you shouldn't leave and do something that you're happy about, like, I don't know what messages you've been getting, but you shouldn't like stunt yourself. It's like, you can be grateful for what it has given you, but that doesn't mean you need to be obligated to give your life, give your energy, everything to this thing that was a stepping stone, because that's what this feels like, is a stepping stone. You guys did this to learn skills. You guys did this to, you know, grow, understand more things so you can move to the next phase of your life. It wasn't so you can be made to feel guilty over ever leaving and pursuing something that actually makes you happy. So you can be grateful without putting guilt on yourself for doing something that makes you happy. And I hope that makes sense, because like, I feel too often than not, it's like a lot of people stay in bad situations because you're constantly told be grateful for what you have. So you have to look around and see that, okay, I'm unhappy, but I gotta be grateful with what I have because it's all I have. And it's like, that's kind of defeating the purpose of wanting to go after what makes you happy. So there needs to be a balance here. I feel like the whole theme of this group was having balance because it was repeated a lot, like a lot of trust and intuition and balance, which actually makes a lot of sense because this is the, I almost forgot to talk about your guys' crystal. This is the Smokey Amethyst group with all the rainbows and everything. Amethyst is really well known for intuition with connecting to guidance. Smokey in itself, like I was telling you guys about, feeling more grounded, being at home in your bodies. Smokey is that grounding energy, removing that negative energy. It's like pretty much kicking that Ten of Swords out the window and saying like, I'm done with that. This is like really calming. It helps to, I know a lot of people talk about using it for helping with nightmares, anxiety, things like that. Gaining more connection when it comes to guidance, which you guys seem to be having a lot of guidance come through here, a lot of opportunities. It's really great for focus. Especially if you felt yourself drifting and going into spaces and trying to catch up. I mean, obviously you guys are very scattered and need some focus. But this is definitely sending a lot of those points home. And it's a DT and it has points on either side. It's sending the points home. But me and my puns over here. Laugh more. I hope you guys laughed at me being completely corny, but you guys, it's like this bringing the softness to all this, especially to yourselves, and being more gentle with yourself is very important, because some of you are way too hard on yourselves and you're feeling guilty over the fact that other people are inept and can't hold their own weight when that is their fault and they need to work on their own shit. It's time for you to move and make a decision for yourself that makes you happy instead of making you feel guilty for not staying at a dead-end thing that really stifles you. So that was my Smokey Amethyst group. Needed some water. Now it is time for my Opalite Bears. For you guys that were drawn to this little guy. Gonna stick him over here. Let's see what's going on for your week ahead. What do you guys got going on? Okay, so we're gonna kick off the thing with the this Pisces energy, I believe, but it's reversed. You guys are struggling with this. I feel like it's bringing something to fruition for you guys. I don't know, like, if you guys have been really, either you're daydreaming and wanting to create something, or possibly you've been really trying to, but you feel like it's not really getting any traction. And you, oh, okay. Well then. So I want to say some things about this. This came out together. Virgo and Pisces are opposing signs, and Virgo is I analyze, and Pisces I believe. Now, the Virgo part came out with part of fortune increase. So, having both of these reversed over here, but having, you know, these come out together. What this analyze energy is it's the opposite of this belief energy, because when you're over analyzing, you're kind of finding every single hole of what can go wrong in something or why something won't work, and it makes you not believe in your own potential or what you can create. Now, you feeling this way is a direct result of this and you thinking about, like, you know, when is my abundance going to come in if this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Now, what's happening is you guys are actually creating a blockage because you're not having the belief in self and you're poking the holes in what's supposed to be your fortune here. The way to tap into this is to quit analyzing it into the ground and just kind of start. I know this sucks, and I really hope this isn't Rajan's pile because she hates this word, but this is pretty much the epitome of surrender. And like realizing that you cannot analyze your happiness. Like, there's no rhyme. It's like this is something in your soul, in your subconscious, where your happiness bubbles from, and you trying to analyze it to the point where it's like it doesn't deserve a place on your plate is really like causing a dip here. It's like it's blocking it. Your analyzing is blocking your belief and your fortune. So what you need to do is to start being more aware of where your mind is going, because this is a lot of mind energy coming out and blocking the subconscious. Okay, and we get Neptune, more Pisces energy with sacrifice. And this is all green, by the way. So this is heart energy. And this is heart towards other people, because pink is more self and green is more others when it comes to our heart center. And I really want to say something here with this specifically because it says sacrifice. You do not need to sacrifice your happiness for other people. Like, if you're in a place where you feel like you're sacrificing what you really want to do and you're losing this belief in yourself because you're tearing it down because it's not, you're not, because Virgo is the sign of service to others. But service to others can come at the detriment of our own health if we don't look out for ourselves. You shouldn't be sacrificing your well-being in order to make other people happy, because it's like if people really care about you and they love you, they are going to love seeing you being happy. There isn't going to be this feeling of competition. There isn't going to be this feeling of you needing to coddle their ego and make them feel better. It's like they are going to have a lot of compassion, and they're going to acknowledge everything that you had to go through in order to get here. They're not going to be making you feel bad because you finally got there either, nor putting a freaking wrench in there. You guys got 10th house. Reversed with the world over here. Some of you definitely have been getting lowballed by people. Either there's things you've been trying to accomplish and people have been belittling it, or people have been taking advantage of you being kind-hearted. Either that, or possibly you tried doing this thing and you made some money and then people took advantage of the money that you got from it. You're having to see a lot of the sides of people you really don't want to see right now. This is pretty distasteful energy that you guys are having to deal with. Because it's either people telling you that you can't do what you really want to and that would make you happy, or it's people taking advantage of you doing something unconventional and making money from it and deciding that your money is their money and they can go and waste it at your expense. You know, with this sacrifice thing, they're doing it at your expense out of your pocket. It's not like they worked for it. It's like they're just taking it. You're actually sacrificing you feeling comfortable and you feeling safe because of how these people are treating you. And then with Cancer, I feel more green energy. I really feel like you guys give yourselves to an extent where you're bleeding yourselves dry. I mean, obviously your belief in yourself is pretty low over here, and with the blue, it's like you guys aren't standing up for yourselves. You guys are internalizing a lot of this like there's something wrong with you, and that's kind of why you guys are giving away your stuff over here, is because you don't feel worthy of having it in the first place. So even if you do get money from something, it's almost like it's not meant for you already. There's definitely some kind of work that needs to be done here. You guys have some deep wounds that's making it, some of you might even be on the path that does make you happy, but you're not finding happiness in it because you're being used. Like your gifts are being used. Your happiness is being sacrificed because of the people around you. Okay, so some confirmation. We got the Seven of Swords coming out here reversed. You guys know who I'm talking about. Because Seven of Swords, when it's reversed, you know when someone is doing this shit. You know when someone's using you. You know when someone's taking your shit. This isn't like someone's being sneaky and you don't know what's going on with it being upright. With this being reversed, you guys know what's going on. You know that these people can't be trusted. You know that basically what they're doing is they're doing a really good job of throwing your self-confidence into the ground and stomping on it and making you feel like you're not worthy of pursuing things that make you happy. And the thing is, with this being mental energy, this is how they talk to you. They talk down to you. They make you feel kind of worthless. So, like, this could be people that have been around you for a while. And we got the Six of Pentacles coming out here. And the first thing that came to my mind is what's mine is yours and what yours is mine. So, but I feel like the thing that they're offering you is their own insecurities. Like the thing that's theirs that they're giving you is their insecurity. And then what they're taking from you is your security. So it's like this really messed up thing because you guys are very generous and very kind, but they take advantage of your generosity and you know this. But where you are, it's almost like you feel like you deserve it. Yeah, because Queen of Cups reverse. This is like a big cry for taking care of yourself. When the Queen of Cups is reversed, this is like self-care. It's like screaming self-care. It's like a huge, like this freaking bullseye looking thing over here. It's like what you guys need to increase is self-care. Not this like balancing act of everyone gets some. Like, no, if you're the one doing all this work, if you're the one sacrificing all of this energy, all of this time, and it's something you put your heart into, it's your dream, you don't owe things to anybody. What you do owe is yourself some time and care and compassion over here, because that is just completely out the window. And also, this is showing me that you guys are dealing with some evil bitches. I ain't gonna lie, because having this energy with this Seven of Swords reverse with the Queen of Cups reverse, this is someone that's emotionally manipulative and definitely knows how to get under your skin and make you doubt yourself to the point where it's like, here, just take all my money because I I don't even know how I'm making money. Like, you know, obviously I'm making it so you can have it. Like, your generosity is mixed into some messy shit over here. You got the Two of Wands reversed too. Like, you guys have this. Okay. If you've been dealing with this energy for a while, which I feel some of you have, if you've been dealing with this energy for a while, there's going to be something that happens during this upcoming week that is going to shatter this limited perspective you guys have. Because having a Two of Wands reversed over here when it's supposed to be this expansive look out at the world and everything that's their energy, it's like, this is like having such a tiny point of view on things. Honestly, this coming out with this increase is this being expanded. Like, you guys getting an eye opener. For those of you that possibly aren't really sure who this is, you have an inkling, like a little intuitive nudge, but you're not sure and don't want to jump the gun. There's going to be a bullseye put on the person for you to see it. Like I said, some of you have been dealing with this for a long ass time. You got the Knight of Pentacles. It could be why you guys didn't see this, because some people, the way they work is like this very slow to grow energy. It's like they start out, you know, doing little bits at a time, and they just keep adding to it to where it's almost like you're used to it before they add something else. So it just seems like it's a natural progression instead of like all at once, like someone's using me. Like I said, this is security, long, patient security. And coming out with this sacrifice is literally this stuff you've been working for, you sacrificing your security. And there's probably going to be something that happens that really shakes up this limited point of view that you have when it comes to your security. They might do something very outlandish that is even out of character for how messed up they are. And then that's what the final snapping thing is with you guys. I could see this being a snapping thing for you guys. King of Wands. Yeah, I can definitely see it being a snapping thing with the King of Wands, because to go from Knight of Pentacles to the King of Wands is like putting the foot down. It's like, instead of like this slow to move, slow to make decisions, this is someone that's like, you can just screw right off. It's pretty much what this person, it's like the confidence, like, and this is someone who's an entrepreneur. This is someone who built their empire, who's very creative, but is also very generous. And this is like, someone really took advantage of your generosity over here with all this bull. And you stepping up and being like, excuse me. It's like, because the way it's going to hit you is different. You've probably been going through this for a long time. It could be like a best friend. It could be a family member. And it could be romantic, but I don't really see it as much. Because there is a king and a queen here, but it's not really same suit type energy. I mean, it could just be a very unbalanced relationship, but it doesn't feel as like romantic to me. And you guys got the see, this right here is an ending. Ten of Swords, painful ending. Coming, it's like you guys put the foot down, the thing ends. It's like you're there's something happening this week. There's gonna be a crescendo. Someone's gonna act out. Something's gonna happen where you guys like you say something that needed to be said like 10 years ago. Like, you guys really, like, something snaps here in the middle where it's like something really shakes your security, and it's something that took you a long time. It could be someone stealing from you. I'm going to be point blank with that one, because having the Seven of Swords over here, it literally could be someone steals something from you. And it could be something that's very sentimental to you. It could be something that took you a long time, like maybe a purchase that it took you a long time to save up for. And this is someone that steals from you that you've been giving money to, and then they decide to steal from you. because this Queen of Cups is making me think of that Pisces energy, and Pisces energy can be addictions. So you could have been giving money to someone, you didn't know that they had an addiction, and then all of a sudden, like, it comes out to the light, like, you didn't know. Like, this right here is a very narrow point of view. Like, you didn't know, and then all of a sudden your horizons are freaking open with this King of Wands. You see over the whole damn land everywhere, and you're surveying it, and it's yours, and you're realizing, hey, I've been giving something to this person, they've been abusing shit, and then they stole from me. So it's like your generosity was used to the point where you're burning the damn bridge. It's done, and as painful as it is, you're like, I'm done. That's a chapter I'm done with. And bottom of the deck, like I said, you guys are opening your point of view. 3 of Wands. You guys are like, okay, things are set in sail. I'm done. I'm looking at my ships. I'm over this. Whatever this is, you guys definitely have. You're gonna hit a pinnacle this week. Yeah, I'm not, okay, look, there's pinnacles in here, but I'm meaning pinnacle, like the peak of something. I know my thing sounded like pentacle, but you guys are hitting it to where you're finding your voice this week, and that's because something really tips it. Like, the balance goes off. You guys got hold your heart with compassion. Like I said, you guys need to be gentle with yourselves. Like, it's not your fault that someone's a dickhead. And it's not your fault that you're a compassionate person and you help somebody and they turn out to be a dickhead. So make sure you're not, like, beating yourself up over here thinking you're the one that caused certain things, because you didn't. You were just being good-natured, and you were being kind, and you were taken advantage of. And you learned the lesson. That you don't want to open yourself, open your eye. This is your intuition coming through here. Like I said, someone really made you feel like you can't trust yourself, and that you don't deserve certain things, and that it's like you're just giving into something. I mean, this person could have even been lying to you, saying they're putting stuff away so you don't spend it by accident, and they've been actually going and spending it. Like, there's something going on here with money where someone was being very manipulative, someone was lying, someone was taking things that aren't theirs. It's like, this is gonna really hurt you. Like, it's gonna be something that you think about, because it's like, obviously you care, and you did this because you care, you're giving because you care, so someone taking advantage of you is gonna hit you hard. But at the same time, it's like you're going to be pissed because someone taking advantage of how kind you've been when you've been turning a blind eye to it with this 2 of Wands, because you're just very open, you're very trusting, and then this bullshit, and you're like, well, you can screw right off. But you have to remember, don't be mean to yourself, because it's not like you set up and told this person to be a shitty person. Okay, stop ignoring your inner child. So definitely that could be definitely your intuition, your inner child. Like, you guys have a lot here coming out saying that stuff's been yelling at you for a bit, that this person is not a good person. There's definitely different things that have been trying to give you signs. Also, some of you, this comes from, like I said, it could have been a family member, because this inner child thing could be something you've been dealing with a family member doing this, which would also be, like, very painful to go through, understanding just how much they were intentionally trying to hurt you. But also, this could be a wound you carry from childhood, where you are the sacrificer, you're the giver, and people take advantage. And this is like, heal this aspect. That's what this is coming in for, is for you to heal, because this 10 of Swords is like healing. Allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to open up. And that way this stops happening, because this might have happened to you more than once with different people, and you're just like, why? And it's because your inner child screaming, this is something that we need to heal together. Like, these people see us as like this freaking light that they can come to and keep smashing every time we rebuild ourselves. So you guys got these two together, which is dream bigger and be vulnerable. Now, this to me is really important because you guys have this problem with believing in yourselves and having to sacrifice what you feel, you know, it's like your heart's desires. It's like having to sacrifice it. And you're being told to stop ignoring your inner child and dream bigger. Like, kids don't have these ramifications or these boxes that they stick things in and they're like, oh, this can never happen. Like, you're being shown, especially with this King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, like, King of Wands is like the visionary. Like, he dreams things up, he creates things. Like, if no one's done it before, then more than likely he's creating it and he's going to pioneer it his damn self because he wants to be able to do it. This dreaming bigger is like, you dream of what you want to do and go do it. And this being vulnerable energy with this Ten of Swords is like, you know, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. You're going to have to let yourself grieve if that's what you need to do. Like, especially if this was some kind of business partner that betrayed you, that you were like I said, there's something with money here. If it was a business partner that started something up with you and they had been like funneling money into something and pretty much abusing your trust, and then you find this out, this is like, this is gonna be like either which way, like family, friends, business partner. It just seems like you guys are dealing with someone who isn't trustworthy, who's been manipulating your good nature, and that you're gonna have to allow yourself to be vulnerable and grieve this so that way you can heal from it. Because if you guys try to bury it, it's just gonna make it drag out longer. Because it seems like you guys have been going through sacrificing your own well-being for a while. Well, it's no wonder you guys get the open point of view. Your gifts are awakening. Some of you, you weren't seeing it because you're, like I said, this Pisces, I believe, energy, some of you just hadn't really come into believing in your own gifts yet. And so this opened your eye, like you've been realizing your intuition's pretty on point. Like you're coming into some intuitive things and stuff's starting to show you things and put pictures together. Especially if you were having kind of a foggy thing with figuring out where money was going and you didn't know what was happening. It's gonna click. There's definitely something here where your intuition's opening up, your discernment. There's a lot of things happening where you might, and the thing is, like I said, be compassionate with yourself, because if you're sitting here like, I was so gullible, I was so naive, you're trusting. And to be open and loving and trusting is a gift, and it is a brave thing to do, especially with how freaking messed up a lot of people are, which it seems like you're dealing with a messed up person or people. I don't know how many this is, but it really seems someone in particular is an asshole. But this whole thing over here is not giving up on yourself and just opening up to what you want to do. Realizing that you can do it your damn self, because if you've been having someone else help you and that's the reason why this happened, King of Wands can do it his damn self. Like, he doesn't need nobody helping him. So, like, you might have the pain of losing, like, whatever this is, but you could still do it yourself. You don't need nobody. But you will have people, just not this asshat. So we got make an altar. Some of you guys are definitely coming into your gifts. You're starting to feel more spiritual. I mean, if you're watching pick-a-card readings or tarot things, obviously you're starting to get more interested into the more spiritual aspects of things. But it's like, for a while, you might have felt very disconnected from this part of yourself, and you're starting to get into this more. And that's probably why your gifts are starting to come into play here, and you're starting to be more discerning, and you're starting to understand what's going on. Because this make an altar is really speaking volumes about becoming more connected to that energy. But this is also making a safe space for yourself as well. You guys have Dream Journal, which some of you have, with Open Your Eye over here, some of you have definitely been having dreams about what this person's been doing, and it's messed up and you know it, and it's like you've been trying to think, oh, it's just dreams. And it's not, and you're starting to realize that. It's like it's been your intuition the whole time trying to tell you. Also in this book, it says, are you sleeping? Which I think this is a particular message for maybe one or two, maybe more, but it's like, are you sleeping? It is making me think of someone who's being sneaky and like waiting until you're asleep to do something. It's like whether it's sneaking out of the house or it is like going through your stuff. It's like somebody is waiting until you're in a vulnerable state where maybe you're passed out and exhausted, and they go through your purse and take your money. There's just something here where they're waiting for you to not be aware so that they can go and take your stuff. And that is very messed up, because this is after you're generous and you give them something, then they sneak and take more. It's a very messed up dynamic. You got make a vision board. You guys are just all about making stuff right now. I feel like you guys are very creative. I mean, you got 33 over here. You guys might be life path 33. But I've been seeing a lot of threes actually in this reading. But you guys are visionaries. I mean, you got the Three of Wands, the King of Wands. Like, you guys are creatives. You're visionaries. Like, you're coming into your gifts over here. And like I said, some people that aren't happy for you, they're going to be jealous. They're going to try to use you. And you're being taught that this is happening. Oh. Connect with crystals. If you've been wanting to get crystals, I guess if you guys didn't know if you should or not, they just want to give you some confirmation. It's an 11. I mean, some of you might have literal master number life paths. I mean, 11's a master number, 33's a master number. I didn't look and see if there was 22. I honestly wasn't paying attention. But this is like a whole lot of just do stuff for yourself. Like, this is like do things you want to do with your time, but this dream journal is like pay attention to what is being told to you, not just in your dreams, but like your unconscious, because some of you guys really shut it down over here, and since it's starting to kind of wake up again, you guys are kind of like, I don't know if I can trust this, when you can. And you got look to the stars also. I'm telling you, that visionary energy, it's like, don't sit, you guys have a really good thing about selling yourself short over here, because having the King of Wands and being told to dream bigger and look to the stars, it's like increase your abundance with this part of fortune over here. It's like you guys are being shown that you have a lot of potential. Knight of Pentacles is a lot of potential. Sometimes it takes for fucking ever for it to do anything, but it's like it's a lot of potential, and once it's there, it's not going anywhere. Like, you guys have the ability to create abundance that does not go anywhere. And some people know this, and they're using you because of it, and it sucks. The freaking Ten of Swords over here, it's messed up. Like, people shouldn't do this stuff, but not everyone is going through the healing process and trying to learn to be a better person. Some people are going to keep being shitheads, So where you are right now, you're in a very beautiful space, but you need to learn the boundaries, because Pisces has very bad um, relationship to boundaries, because the veil is very thin with 12th house. It's like basically all subconscious spirit energy, so it's not one that's very easy with boundaries. So having to put up boundaries, especially if you have Pisces placements, it's gonna be more hard for you, because learning what is a boundary and what isn't, what is healthy and what isn't, is gonna be harder. But you guys definitely have this beautiful creative energy. You just have to kick away the, okay guys, this, whatever this is doing a number on you guys, because to have health checkup come up over here, this is a whole lot about taking care of yourself, even connecting with crystals as like calming down. But you guys, this person's been like running you for a loop. Like I said, there's a big scream with Queen of Cups reversed for self-care. This sacrifice, this is sacrificing multiple areas of you. Some of you with this Ten of Swords, you're probably gonna need counseling, because like I said, if it's family and it's been going on for a long time and you're having to put up boundaries, some of you, like, don't put that stigma on yourself that it's a weakness. Allow yourself to go and get the help you need, because the sooner you get the help, the sooner you don't have this sitting on your back. Because, I mean, some of you, it's going to be a slow, painful process with this Knight of Pentacles, but it's going to be so worth it. And you're going to be able to keep creating while you're doing it. And it's going to lift so much off of you guys. But you have to allow yourself to step out of that fear that going for help is a weakness, especially if that's what this person's telling you, because that's something else that when people are emotionally manipulating, they won't want you to go and seek out someone that will tell you that their behavior is bad behavior. So they're gonna put down therapists, they're gonna put down people that are your friends that are telling you they're a bad person, and just say that, oh, they don't like me because you're close to me. It's like, these kind of people do not like other people interfering, so they will break down your trust of something outside of them, and it's a very manipulative energy. So if you are feeling very run down, don't listen to them, because they know you're run down, and that's why they're trying to keep you in this state, so that way you can't think outside of the work, keeping the security and like trying to make sense of what they're doing. They're keeping you unbalanced for a reason. And this is my group that chose the little Opalite Bear, and Opalite is very spiritual energy. It's all about like connecting all up to the higher realms, all that good stuff. And it's like this beautiful like rainbow energy, so it's like alignment of everything, and it's very like loving. It's a very happy energy. It can make a lot of like optimism. But I also want to talk about the shape, because this little bear guy, if you guys picked the bear, this is making me think of a nurturing mother bear. Some of you might have a bear spirit guide, like a spirit animal, but this is very protective, mothering energy. So it's almost like you're being looked at by your guides as a cub that needs their assistance, and they're stepping in and they're like, screw this, screw that. They're trying to help you. So the reason these things are awakening is they're coming in and sticking their foot in there, and they're making sure you're seeing things so you can get the help you need. Because you're trying your hardest. You're on your path and you're doing your thing. And if you made an altar, then yeah, they're for damn sure coming through, because like you're honoring them on top of doing this stuff. So they're going to come through like that. Like I said, this is connection to guidance too. So you have very protective spirits looking over you that want you to nurture yourself back to health instead of breaking down and ending up somewhere, because this person had their way and did a really good job of running a number on you, because you're a very giving person. And like I said, be kind to yourselves. You're not stupid, because if that's something popping up like, you know, I can't believe I let this happen, I'm so stupid, you're not stupid. You're caring and you're giving and you're nurturing, and someone took advantage of that because they're sneaky assholes. So don't allow that to come in and wreck everything. But definitely don't be afraid of getting the help you guys need if you need help through it, because this kind of thing can really leave a bad mark and feel very damaging. But that's what I have for my Opalite Bears. Hi, hun. Thank you for following. Next group, we have our Aragonite Cluster. I'm gonna sit. He's kind of small. We'll sit him up here. So let's see. Oh, okay, there went my bag. Also, if 33 is an important number for any of you, that's the percent my phone is at. So just random thing I want to tell you guys for this group. Oh, and it's the third pile. So yay, like threes are probably important for this group. But let's see what's going on with your week ahead, the next 7 days. So you guys got the moon, some soul energy. I don't know why I'm thinking of food. Are you guys like good cooks or something? Like maybe a celebration coming up for you guys. We got Gemini, I think. I mean, it could be a celebration if you guys are a Gemini. It could be your birthday, or Cancer. Because, I mean, that's a little later in June. It's not like this upcoming week. This upcoming week would be more Gemini energy. But, you guys are really being pulled towards doing more heart over mind right now. Because having both soul and desire coming out, and having this fight in between with I think. Oh, happy birthday then. Oh, mine's on the 1st. But there's this big thing here where the mind is kind of, it's almost like a booby trap for you guys. Because this soul energy, oh, hello. This soul and desire energy, it's really giving off this intensity here that, I mean, obviously it's going to be confusing when you're trying to make sense of it, like make logical sense, because a burning, passionate soul kind of thing, for some of you, this is feeling a little romantic, a little bit, because having like this romantic Cancer energy mixing with this burning desire over here and not really being able to think kind of sounds like being swept off your feet. But if romance isn't what this is for you guys, then this can definitely be some really intuitive creation that you guys are doing that really makes no logical sense, but for some reason you guys are just in this mode of creating. And the reason it doesn't make logical sense is because it's a soul creation, like a soul project. And those things honestly make no practical sense in the world at all when you're doing it. But then once you do it, something usually comes along to where you can put it into reality and use it to make money. So There's always a purpose behind that. Oh, hi, hun. And you guys, I was just saying this. If it's a soul project with Capricorn energy, there is always a way to make some money off of those things. Because Capricorn, you make some cha-ching off of doing the hard work over here. Because, I mean, if that's what it is, you could easily like make a startup business from it, but not even realizing it. You also, Capricorn energy is all about trying to rise to the top through a lot of hurdles. It's like the goat climbing the mountain, but the way the goat climbs the mountain is vertical. It's not trying to take the easy path. It's like, I'm going straight up this mountain. And fire energy is very ambitious. And when you're doing something, your soul's being like, it's not like you're sitting here trying to think something up and create this grand plan or whatever. It's like your soul's just pulling you to do something. It's like this Capricorn it's like I use my soul to go after my desire, not my mind. Because it's like this energy is to me, it feels very spiritual. It's like a very like take the mind out and go with spirit is pretty much what this is feeling here. Because even with this Capricorn energy being as blue as it is, it has these purples. It's like very higher chakra energy. So it's like speaking from this place of spirit. And it's like using your intuition also. Because 22 on this card is that master number 22. And you have 2 over here. For you guys, you guys might just be seeing some repeating numbers. Because I've 3's repeating, 2's repeating. You guys just have a lot of repeating numbers happening. But you guys are definitely getting signals. You guys are definitely getting pretty much, I feel some of you guys get confirmation through different gifts you've been developing. Because this energy of using your gifts is almost like realizing what you have. Because Gemini, I think, being reversed is like taking the think out and more of turning into I hear. Because the throat chakra is not only speaking, but it's listening. And if you guys are taking out that energy of needing to speak things, but instead you're listening, that's speaking directly to clairaudience. And having all this spiritual energy is almost like getting that link where you're actually able to hear your guides a lot more easily. It's like you're using your gifts in a way that are creating a different type of connection for you guys. It could be you guys are having a spiritual awakening within the next week. Like something just kind of happens and like you have this new connection where it's like, hey, that's really freaking cool. And it's like you're getting these new gifts unlocked purely because you're trying to exercise the spiritual muscle, so to speak. It's like you're really learning how to work with it. So it's opening up these different channels for you guys. And then we got Grand Cross Provoker. There is something, because the thing is with Grand Cross, when these are in charts, what you're dealing with is oppositions and squares, creating this big formation of this big box with an X in it. So when you have squares, these are challenges, and when you have opposition, it's this need for balance. Now, we do have the moon, which is Cancer energy, and Capricorn, which are opposing things that need to be balanced. Now, for you guys being in this spiritual thing, if it's bringing out these things that need to be balanced and dealing with challenges, then what's being balanced for you guys is how are you using your gifts? What are you choosing to do with them? It's like you're having to be aware of how you're using these things. Also, you need to be aware if they're even happening, because some of you, what's happening is you don't even know. Like, you don't know what clairaudience looks like, sounds like, what the hell it means. Like, you're like, what? So it's like learning more about yourself as well, because it becomes this provoker energy for me isn't necessarily like a fighting energy. This is more like, this is provoking you to want to learn more about yourself. It's making you want to expand, because this desire, it's like this pull to wanting to do this. This is like a stick poking you, like go do this thing over here. And it's like you might feel kind of annoyed by it at times, because I'm telling you, once it starts, it doesn't leave you alone. But it's like, at the same time, it's like you get so, because the thing with grand crosses is you have so many things to overcome, but when you overcome these things, you get showered with blessings. So you guys are being put in this place where you're overcoming a lot of things, especially with Capricorn. Like I said, it's climbing the mountain in this vertical aspect, which when you're going up, think about going up to the higher chakras. It's like you're going up the system here. You guys are really taking it serious here, that you have this passion for going towards this. And then you're having this fire lit under your ass on top of it. So it's like you have all this momentum, but you gotta make sure you don't burn out. And that's where this balance is coming in here, because you can have all this soulful spiritual energy, but you still have a body. And you gotta remember that as much as you're desiring all of this higher like energy and being a part of it, it's like it does take a toll on your body, and you need to pay attention for like when you need rest, when you need to drink water, when you need to eat some food, because it's very easy to sit there and like be in this energy and not eat all day because you don't feel hungry. But you need to realize you're still in a body, and the body needs food to work. It needs water to cleanse. So it's like, as easy as it is to kind of just like be completely out of yourself all day, you need to take care of the temple that the spirit's residing in, so to speak. So, bottom of the deck, Venus with love. And first thing I'm hearing is self-love with this, because it's like, I feel like you guys are definitely learning a lot very rapidly. This almost feels like rapid ascension for this group. I mean, at this current time, I'm not gonna lie, if you have like Gemini placements, if you have all these other things happening right now that are being activated, then you definitely could more than likely have some grand cross energy going across your chart and just be having the most happening right now, which that does create rapid ascension if you're overcoming these things. Oh, hey, Anna. But if you guys are feeling like things are happening very rapidly, and like there's just, it's almost like instantaneous upgrades or downloads or whatever it is constantly, this is pretty much like you guys are going through a level up that is being triggered by all this planetary energy, and it's gonna be hitting different areas. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if in the people who chose this pile, if in your charts you're actually having the eclipse and more of your spiritual house energy right now, and that's why this is so rapid, is because it's a rapid, huge eclipse transformation. And the more spiritual houses would be like the 8th house, the 9th house, the 12th house. I do consider the 6th house spiritual, because that is how we bring spiritual energy to the earth. Even though a lot of people are like, oh, it's the practical thing. It's like, how the hell do you think you bring the 12th house down to planet Earth? It's like, there is a lot of spiritual energy in every single thing we do every day. So even 6th house placements, especially if you're health and you're not paying attention to your physical body, that burnout that comes from that, definitely 6th house energy. And also 3rd house, because this Gemini energy right here, having 3rd house placements, with that communication and Gemini, like mediumship. Some of you could be coming into a whole lot of gifts, and it's like a big bombardment just sitting on you, like empaths, mediumship, being able to, the clairaudience, there's something else. What are you? There, what are you? There's something else in here that I'm, definitely coming more into understanding what unconditional love means, because people will kind of throw that around, but I feel like this group is working on understanding what that actually means through a bunch of pain and things you guys have been through, like, because this grand cross over here, it's like you were pushed into understanding this. You guys also definitely have the gift of rapid transformation over here, because this burning fire element desire too. What are you? But you guys are really coming into a lot very quickly. Like I said, this is over the next week. You guys got a freaking powerhouse going on over here. So let's see. Page of Pentacles, some new ideas. Like I said, you guys can make money. You guys can make money from this. If you weren't sure if this is something you could pursue and actually like make a decent living in, this is like the start of an idea that makes money. Like, literally. Like, this is starting something that makes money, like right out the gate. And I said you guys have been through some pain, and you get the Three of Swords reversed on this Gemini, which, okay, this is a whole lot of confirmation for this group, because I feel like, okay, repeating numbers out the gate. We had, this is group 3, 33%, Three of Swords, Gemini's the third house. We got 22, 2, and it's like, this making money thing, that is second house, where you're able to make money and have the security with this, which is where this is starting. You guys keep getting confirmation. Like I said, you guys are seeing signs everywhere. You're really connecting a whole lot to what's going on around you, and it's like, what's happening as you're doing this is you're learning to let go of old wounds. Like I said, this is rapid transformation for you guys. You've been through some very painful things that you've learned a lot of wisdom from, and you're starting to learn to let the pain flow away. Yep. You're learning the Six of Cups over here. You guys definitely went through some pain, and this has been sitting with you since childhood. This could also be you guys looking back and remembering things and realizing they weren't as great as they seemed, and you guys needing to go through and burn away all these things, all this pain that's been happening. You guys are going through a lot within the next 7 days. Holy shit. I mean, you guys could have been working on this for a bit, but there's like this raw energy that's coming in within the next week, where it's just like things are being split open. Like, whatever you've been working on, it's like things are being dropped. You're learning things, your intuition's spiking to a new level, and you're going to be creating something that really is lucrative for you. Ten of Swords, like I said, you guys, rapid transformation, ending a cycle. Like, you're literally ending this painful cycle before the week is up. You guys are so rapid with this that you're like, I have a new idea. This doesn't serve me anymore. I'm ending this painful thing, even though there might have been some good memories in it. I learned from it. I'm done. I'm moving to this new thing now. Like, there's nothing else for me here. And that's pretty much how you guys are starting to look at it. And you guys are really learning, this intuition and following your heart energy, especially having that Venus love energy on the bottom. It's like you guys are learning what's important and where putting your heart, like how much power your heart has with where you put it. Queen of Pentacles, I told you guys you're going to make some money. You start out with the Page of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Pentacles before the end of the week. Like, you have an idea, you throw out the garbage, and then boom, here's some money, being stable. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? To me, this feels like getting discovered. Because you guys have an idea, and then boom, it works. But it was a lot of hard work for you guys. The people aren't going to see all of this that you guys did. Because you guys had to do work to get to this point. The idea might take off quickly, but all the work you did in between, like being able to get to where you're comfortable with letting the idea be seen, is not, like, you guys don't have to share this. Like, this is your personal energy right here, but this is showing like where you started to where you're getting is like really beautiful. Wow, look at this. Look at you guys. You get the star. I'm loving this group. You guys are doing a great job. Like, you get the star. Like I said, this thing is pushing you. This Grand Cross is pushing you to such a height. Like, you go from the Queen of Pentacles to the star. This is amazing progression for this group. Like, this is insane. You guys have really been putting in some work. Like, intense work. Yeah, look at this. Five of Pentacles reversed. You guys are not alone anymore. Everything's flying in for you guys. Like, no joke. Next week, I don't know what's happening between now and next week, but you guys, everything you've been working on, everything you've been trying to purge, everything you've been trying to get out of your way, all these blockages you've been working on, all of this pain you've been healing, whatever seed you planted before you started doing all this work, it's taken off. And once again, discovery, the star, Aquarius energy, internet. If you guys are doing something on the internet and you've been waiting, there you go. The star right there. I mean, that's just freaking beautiful. You are safe. Which I feel like with all the pain this group has gone through, like, this is something that you guys probably need to hear. To know that things are safe now. Your shadow is beautiful. Which is coming out with all this pain. You guys have been really learning a lot. And you didn't do all that hard work for nothing. Like, it is being blessed. It is so blessed. Like, it is insane how blessed this is. And if you're watching this right now, Saturn, like, this is timeless, but if you're watching it right now, Saturn on Sunday is going retrograde in Aquarius. That means it's bringing back karma. Whatever you guys have been working on, there is some good ass karma coming back to you, because you guys have been working through shit. And with it being Aquarius, once again, double, triple, however many confirmations you guys need, coming through with this being like community, internet, like freaking Five of Pentacles reversed. Once again, not being alone anymore, having your community. There is so much here that is showing like you're going to be okay because you went through the messed up shit. Okay, stop ignoring your inner child. Coming out with the Six of Cups. With this fiery energy, there is something in here because of this pain. There's something you guys are missing. There's a little bit of something still. Like I said, you guys are going through this rapid ascension, but there's some kind of memory. There's something that's still kind of stuck on you from being fully... I think it has to do with the safety. Because some of you still aren't feeling the safety that comes with allowing yourself to be seen. because the star is very vulnerable. Like, obviously she has no clothes on, she's out to the elements, bare to the elements. This is very vulnerable energy. So it's almost like reassuring the inner child that you're safe. Make sure you're showing some love to your inner child while you're doing this. Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, gives a lot of security. If you have to reassure yourself, as people can think that's as silly as they want to, who cares? Like, you guys are like on this freaking jet setter thing over here. You guys don't worry about if anyone thinks something is silly. They're gonna be the ones looking. The star is 17. Stop ignoring your inner child is 17. How much confirmation do you guys need back and forth? Like, you can be vulnerable. In case you guys need that reiterated. You're safe. You can be vulnerable. It's okay. Like, that... I don't know. I guess that you guys needed that too. You are safe. Your dreams are literally there. You overcame the challenges. Your dreams are there. And you can do it. It's like, be true to your heart's desire. Once again, we got desire coming out over here with these very bold colors. I mean, it's very beautiful. Like, you guys have been through like very dark energy, and it's like you guys are coming into this light that is like very beautiful, and it's like following this passion that not only makes you happy, but is gonna bring you security. Like really comfortable security, to where it's like you can be independent. Honor yourself first. You guys are definitely just, you're on a whole nother thing over here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Hard work gets rewarded. Going through all this bullshit is worth it, because you get this. This is why you go through the tower to get to the star. Like, you guys literally worked your way through the tower, and now you're at the star this week. Like, this is a week prediction, and you guys are doing all of this. And trust yourself always. If anything, you guys have definitely learned that throughout this whole ordeal. And then you have sidestepping. Yeah, you guys learned. You guys definitely learned that trying to run away from it was not helping. It's like, I was sidestepping all this stuff for a while, and then pretty much you guys are going to see instantaneous. As soon as you really start letting go and doing, like, because you guys have been doing this, all of a sudden it flies in. And you're like, oh. So, yeah, that kind of sucked, but at the same time, as soon as I did it and I started integrating it, all of a sudden it flies in out of nowhere. This is a lot of power in this pile. Like, you guys are understanding. I feel like some of you really, you really learned that everything isn't like all this like love and light that people talk about. You're kind of like, you gotta go through this dark, because you're realizing that integrating everything is what creates the beauty and makes you see like the hope and the wish fulfillment. It's like, you guys over here, like, you know, love and light ain't everything, guys. You gotta do the hard work, and then you get to see all this blast off over here. You guys are gonna have so much, and look, another repeating number with the 55. You guys are gonna have so much to be grateful for. Like, you guys are gonna have a list. There's just gonna be a list of things that are happening that are awesome. It's not going to be one thing. There's going to be multiple things happening for you guys. Look at this. What did I say about connecting? Connecting with your ancestors. you guys are on a whole nother thing right now. You guys are unlocking gifts. You guys are working through pain. Some of this pain you healed was actually generations worth of pain, and that's why you're getting this big, like, bonus gift over here. It's like whatever you worked on plus a bonus because your ancestors are happy about you healing stuff. You got meditate. This inner child thing, if you're feeling blocked, some meditation or some time to yourself would really help. You clear out the, okay, calm down, would help you clear out. Watch a movie. Look, you guys are being told you can relax. You guys, you're relaxing your way straight into some awesome stuff over here. Sweet treat. Look, treat yourself. Watch a movie. Like, write a gratitude list. You guys are just getting like all this really nice energy. It's like you guys went through the pain, and you guys went through the pain to get to the pleasure. I'm sorry. That I can't. Okay. Sorry, that one caught me off guard, I'm not gonna lie. But you guys went through the pain, now you get the pleasure. That definitely caught me off guard. And like I was saying, for those of you, there's gonna be a multitude of things that are coming in. This isn't going to be like, say, just your job. This is gonna be friends. This could be a romantic partner. Like I said, it felt to me like being completely unhinged in the mind and going straight with some romance over here. But you guys are definitely pulling in a lot. And it's like, it's the star. It's so freaking, you go from the Page of Pentacles to the star. It's like you go from the beginning to a freaking major arcana. It's like, this isn't playing around. Like, you're being dropped with a whole bunch of stuff. And then we have, okay, this is kind of interesting because we have this reversed and it's sync with the moon. And you guys have the moon card up here. I want to go ahead and say this. Do this on your own damn time. You're not on anyone's schedule. And I know I'm sitting here saying this is coming up in the week. This is the energy for your guys' upcoming week. Now, by no means am I telling you what the hell to do with your time. I am telling you the energies that are being put on your plate. If you feel like this is too overwhelming and you're like, I need some spiritual space, because there is a such thing as that, you can ask for that. You are connected enough to say, look, I just need some time. Maybe some of you need a break from the spiritual stuff. And you're like, hey, I just want to eat some cupcakes and watch a movie. Like, let me, like, indulge in the pleasures of the physical world a little bit before I go full on into this crazy escapade over here. Like, some of you guys might want to desync a little from how heavy this spiritual stuff is. But this is letting you know this is on your schedule. You've done this work to reap these rewards. So they're here for you. They're not going anywhere. And they're saying if there's anything that's lingering and you're feeling like kind of rushed with it, you can slow down. You don't have to be on everyone's freaking clock to get things done. The whole reason you guys are here is because you've been following like this guidance like a freaking magnet. Like, you've been doing the thing, and it's like now you're at this space where you can be leisurely. I mean, these are leisurely cards. I mean, look at this. These are leisurely cards with what's going on here. This is like a lot of rest and taking care of yourself. You even had Venus. You guys even had Venus, and you get the freaking pleasure card. But it's like, I swear, this group. If you need to do something that gets you more grounded, because this is the Aragonite pile, and this is a stone of the earth. Well, obviously all crystals are stones of the earth, but what I mean is like the actual element and grounding. And the brown is very much about grounding energy. If you guys feel like you've been too far up in the spirit thing for a while, then yes, indulge in some physical pleasures to get yourself grounded back in your body. Because if you guys meditate and you're always floating off in space every day, then maybe you guys need to do some indulgence over here to kind of ground yourself back down into reality. Because Venus is Taurus energy. It's like both, it's co-ruler over Taurus and Libra, but it's like the Taurus energy is all about indulging the five senses. It's like being very present, very grounded. If you guys have all of this energy going on, and plus I want to bring up too that Taurus is the second house with money, which I think I said already, but you guys have this security that's set in place for you, and it's an abundant security. So you guys aren't being rushed. If anything, you're being told that things have already fallen into place. It's just when you want to do it. Because you've done the freaking work. You've done a lot of work. Like 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups in the middle. That's a whole lot of family trauma, ancestral trauma. Like, this is like lineage of freaking healing you guys have had to like transform through. And you might not have even known that's as deep as it went. Like, this is stuff from your DNA being passed down to you that was bullshit, and you didn't even know you were carrying all these wounds of like everybody passing down these things they never healed. And you had to break the chain, and now it's like you're finally starting to come out on the other side. But it's a lot of work, and if you want to indulge and do some things that calm yourself for a little bit to where you don't have to think, you can just do some mindless activities for a bit, go for it. Seriously, you guys have been working your asses off. Like, take some time to piddle around and do bullshit. Like, you are completely like being given the green light to do that because you've done so much. And whenever you're ready to pick it up and go, it's gonna go. But just make sure you're rested and grounded and you're not rushing it. Because even though this is like, you know, weekly forecast prediction type thing, this is by no means me telling you that you need to do all this shit in 7 days. This is pretty much letting you know you are being given a bunch of kudos for all the hard work you've been doing, and that you've set yourself up. Like, you set yourself up real pretty right now. So it's like, if you need rest, if you need to take, you know, some time off from all the heavy stuff you've been doing to kind of play around a little bit, go for it. Because once you come back, since you ended this cycle, this beautiful stuff is happening now. Because I feel like you guys started stuff and you felt like it was, your manifestation wasn't meant for you. And then you went through a whole lot of clearing, and now you're just exhausted. But as soon as you decide to pick up where you left off with this, it's gonna shoot off. Purely because you did all this. It was like you cleared out the blockage all the way. You burnt it to cinders. It's gone. And I like how you come in out of nowhere on this reading, Anna. I know you've been working your ass off. Okay, so my last group, my grape agates, the little grapes. My little grapes. Let's see what your week ahead's looking like. Okay then. I know. You guys already know what your week ahead looks like? You got it down? Do you even need a reading? But what this is really making me think of is you guys are going to be getting some information. Especially if you've been waiting on some information, you're definitely going to be getting it. It's like you're getting the answers. You're going to know something you've been waiting on for a bit. It could be answers back about like a job opportunity. Hey. But it could be like, you know, getting an answer back, like if you applied to a school, applied for a loan, it's like there's just a lot here about like putting out something that you're waiting to get an answer back for, and you're gonna get it. So that I know thing is like getting the knowledge back. And I feel, okay, I feel you guys have been really like in this thing where you've been waiting. I think intuitively you guys have been knowing what the answer is, but this week you actually get the answer. Oh, thanks for following, hun. And you got Chiron with healing. Okay, you guys. Some of you don't... Okay. I'm starting to see where this is going now. Some of you are having a little, Okay. Uranus reversed. Over here with Genius. And Uranus, so we got a lot of Aquarius energy on the board here, and we got Gemini, I think, reversed. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this. You think you know. Because some of you gotten a little hot to trot here. Some of you think you know. And there's going to be an awakening happening for you guys. Whoo! Ooh, okay, solar eclipse. Guess what's coming up next Wednesday? The solar eclipse. At the time I'm doing this, and it is the one dealing with Gemini. It's the Sagittarius full moon. But like I said, timeless. If you watch this after that, then you know that part's not applying to you. It's just the revolution. But I'll get to everything. Okay. So something as you know it is not as you know it. I'm going to go ahead and say that. You've been getting some intuition coming in here, and it's been conflicting. The I know and the I feel have been conflicting with each other. And the reason for that is there is this... You guys have a weird... And I'm not saying that because Aquarius is out here. I'm not saying weird because Aquarius is known as the sign of weird. I'm saying it because you guys have this weird energy going on where you're fighting almost with perceived facts and what your gut is telling you. Because it's almost like you guys have 3D facts, but then you're having a feeling that there's something different happening here. It's almost like... It's like that suspicion that there's something more than what you have. It's a very weird energy. And it's centered around this need to heal something. For some of you, it can be ego, because feeling like you know everything and then everything gets turned on its head could definitely bring up a lot of insecurities and really make you feel, in some ways, because Gemini is all about knowledge, it can make you feel stupid, which for any air sign, feeling stupid will definitely bring out like some funky ass energy because they're being told they're stupid when they're the signs of accumulating knowledge. But this Uranus is very unexpected energy, and having a reversed unexpected energy is almost like internally something is getting disrupted. Something is being twisted inside. it's this is very, this isn't even head and heart. This is like on a soul level for you guys. Like, it's almost like an identity. It's like an identity crisis. You guys are hitting something. And it's not a wall either. I feel like you guys are, it's like a breakthrough. And that's why it's such a weird energy for you guys, because it's almost like you've been stuck for a while and you're getting a breakthrough. And this isn't going to make any logical sense. I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys know that right now. This Gemini energy reversed over here, there's going to be no logical sense here. Everything you think you know is going to be turned on its head. There's going to be something that really changes your point of view here, and you're gonna have to go with your gut and what you feel in order to work through it. And this healing that is happening here, you're going to have to nurture it, because if you try to block it off and not allow it, you're gonna possibly start creating a lot of if you don't already have it, because I feel like this group can have it, something like anxiety, depression, things like that, because I feel like you guys are very much like you need to know answers, but at the same time, you guys have a lot of impatience, and you're being forced to be patient, and that isn't, so you guys just start forming things like, well, I know this, and then when that gets ripped away from you, it's, you, like I said, identity crisis, because the solar eclipse energy, especially since it's 44 energy and you have 8 energy with Chiron, I want to talk about these with you guys, because the 44, which when you look at 4 energy, it is Uranus energy, which you guys have on the board, and it's also North Node energy. And then on top of that, it reduces to the 8 energy, which is Saturn energy. Which Saturn is a co-ruler of Aquarius, just like how Uranus rules Aquarius. You guys are having some very heavy energies sitting on you. And it's because you're being pulled towards doing a purpose. And part of your purpose is this healing. And if you've been ignoring it, you're gonna get a lot thrown at you, especially during this time period we're in right now. Because come Sunday, Saturn's going retrograde in Aquarius, and the sun's moving into Gemini this Thursday, and then we have the actual solar eclipse next Wednesday. So you guys are heading into this, and it's showing every single one of these transits as hitting something. And Uranus is currently in Taurus, and it will be squaring off against these energies. Like, you guys are going to be having a whole bunch of stuff being dropped on you. And it's been building. Like, this stuff's been building up. Like, this is heavy. This isn't something that appeared overnight. Like, you guys got to this state of I know through trying to build something, because Saturn's all about trying to build up a structure. Uranus doesn't like structure, and everything that you thought you built for a reason, I really feel like certain things are going to start falling apart. And I mean, if you guys get the Tower card, that's more confirmation, but it's like when you're being pulled towards North Node energy, things start going kind of crazy, because it's a purpose, it involves healing, it involves you needing to get out of your headspace and more into the space of being aligned. And a lot of times, if you're not careful and you don't balance that South and North Node energy, it can make you go crazy. Because you become obsessive. You need to know every single thing that's happening, and it takes over. It's like it feels instinctual, but what's really happening is your mind is becoming so obsessive that it takes over, and it feels like your intuition is telling you to do things because you haven't balanced and grounded yourself. The reason this energy is so up in the air, literally, is because you guys need to ground yourselves. There's like a big need for grounding yourselves. So let's see what comes. Oh, okay, hello. We'll look at those two in a second. Okay, so you guys have definitely been feeling like you got kicked out and you're by yourself and no one understands you. Also, some of you might be having some money problems too. Yeah, you guys are in some struggle bus mode right now. Having the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess come out over here, you guys can't handle not knowing shit. Because the High Priestess like this, there's secrets, there's mysticism. Like, if she's reversed, like, you know every fucking thing. It's just, like, all the secrets are everywhere. Everyone knows everything. But you guys are, like, up at night. You can't sleep. You have nightmares over not knowing how things are gonna turn out. You like I said, I was feeling heavy some anxiety and depression over here. But this over here is, like, yeah. This is, like, there is no security over here in this energy, especially with these coming out together and like flying out together. It's almost like the unknown scares the living shit out of you guys. It wouldn't surprise me if you guys actually try to get the answers from, you know, getting readings from people, like always like trying to get someone to give you like the answers to, you know, why is this happening? When is this going to happen? When am I going to get this? It's like you guys aren't letting loose. And that's why you guys keep getting more lessons, is because you keep tightening your grip instead of trusting. And you're going to get put to the point where all you have is trust. And speaking from someone that had to go that route, it is not fun. I actually have Uranus retrograde in my chart, and it's the point of a yod, and it's in my 6th house. This shit almost killed me, okay? I had to come back from not even being able to feed myself and walk because of a rare-ass disease, and I had nothing to do but trust, and that's it. That's all I had. I couldn't do anything. I literally lost everything that I thought was meant for me. It was completely gone. So it's like when you're put into a hole like this in order to learn what trust and surrender is, it fucking hurts like hell. It really fucking hurts like hell. But this is all about surrendering to not knowing everything. Hello. So this, I think this is trying to come up as a forewarning for this group. And I think I can understand why I was calling it weird energy now, because I consider my own energy weird. So that makes sense. But, this is a whole lot about being willing to know that it's okay not to know. It's okay to step back and let things happen. It's okay to kind of blunder about a little bit and try to get more in touch with how you feel with things, with your guides, whatever it is. It's important to be unconventional in your, like, you guys need to be unconventional in your healing, point blank. Like, because you trying to follow, like, especially if you're watching people and they're like, oh, this is how you do this, this is how you manifest, it's like blah 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 blah. If you guys are trying it and it's not working, it's because that isn't meant for you. You're meant to follow your feelings. You're meant to feel it out. And you guys have the clairsentience, you have the clairvoyance, you have the claircognizance, but you guys don't trust it. Because it's like you have an inner knowing, you have an inner feeling of what you're supposed to do, but you don't trust it because it's different. It's different from what other people say you're supposed to do. Go sit and meditate for 5 minutes to calming music. You're like, that doesn't do shit for me. It's like, maybe you guys need to run with the wind and just be crazy for a little bit. It's like everyone is different, and that's something that needs to be talked about here. Not just here, but I'm saying like in the spiritual community, because everyone goes on and on and on about going and meditating, but there's so many different ways to do things, because all meditation is grounding yourself in your body. And I said that's what this group needs, is grounding. So whatever you need to do to get physically aware in your own body, whether that is dancing, whether that is cooking, like whatever it is to make you physically aware and being present in your body instead of being all off mentally or wherever you're at, that's what you guys need to start focusing on. Okay. 4 cups. Guys. I feel for you guys, because I did this. And I don't want this to happen to you guys. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys this, because I feel like this group needs to know this story. Before I came here and I was doing this, I went to school twice. I got 2 different degrees, but the one previous to this, I was an animal nurse, I was working, and I wasn't listening. I kept being given things with my health, which my yod point is in my 6th house, so that's how they get my attention, is my health. So it's like I was giving all these signs with my health declining, when it's like I would get a job, my health would start going to shit. And then as soon, like either I was fired or I quit or whatever, my health would get instantly better. But obviously I'm not paying attention to that, right? So it's like the third one I get, and that I'm trying so hard at, I literally get thrown by a huge dog and I get a concussion because I'm thrown into a cage. Okay, you'd think I'd learn from that one. No, I didn't learn from that. I got a concussion. I was out of work for a few weeks on the workers' comp thing because of the concussion, emergency room, all that shit. Then I come back and I try to work again, and my health starts going downhill again. And it's like I ended up quitting that job because I'm like, maybe it's just the stress of that job. And then I went and got 2 more jobs at the same time, was 2 part-time jobs that had long distance travel kind of things, right? And I really love the people, I love the jobs, and literally a month after starting the jobs, I wound up in the emergency room with liver failure, with a rare disease that almost killed me. Because I'm just... It's like, I don't listen to shit, okay? So obviously they have to literally almost kill my ass for me to get what they're trying to say, which is stop. That's not the right path. You haven't listened the first 5 times. We tried to show you gently, so now we gotta throw your ass in here and make you look like a neon banana with all your organs in failure for you to get this. Obviously, I'm still dealing with it. It's a chronic condition. It doesn't go away. But at the same time, this thing that was given to me, it made it to where I couldn't walk. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't shower myself. I could not be independent. It completely took away my independence. It took away my ability to earn money. It took away my ability to do anything. I couldn't even climb stairs. I would cry because I couldn't walk. So it's like I had to go from that all the way back up to being able to walk around and shower myself. But the only thing I had when I couldn't do that was literally being able to sit. So what I started doing, which it started in the ER. Like when I got the concussion the year before, I actually started watching things and getting tarot decks, which I've been into this stuff since I was a child. Like I was doing it since very young, but I shut it off. Which obviously they didn't like me shutting it off, and they've been doing this because they're loud as hell. But I started getting decks again. Like when I got the concussion, I was off. I got decks again. I started reading again. Then I went back to work and stopped doing it. And then they did that. So when I was a neon banana, I was meditating at 7 in the morning for no good reason whatsoever, as a neon banana would. And it's like I come out of there, and that's what I'm doing every day. I'm meditating, I'm listening to music, and then I started reading my cards, and I kept a journal where I would read for myself, and that's all I had was reading and writing it in a journal. I wasn't sharing it with anybody, it was just for me. And I look back at it now and it's a bunch of freaking prophecy shit, which scares the shit out of me, so I stopped reading it. But it's like I was doing that for months. And then finally it started to get to where I could do more. And then it's like, since I wasn't trying to go back, I finally stopped trying to go back to work. All of a sudden these other things opened. There was this opportunity, like this cup over here, there was this opportunity that came in that was like, take it. And I took it because it was getting to know people in different group, being a moderator of this astrology group. And it led to a lot of networking, to eventually me getting the courage to coming and doing this. And the more I've been doing this, the better my health's been getting. It's like, good job, you finally listened. It's pretty much what this is. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but please do not do what I did and keep ignoring it and keep just throwing the things they're bringing you out because you think you know better than them. Because I'll tell you right now, I had all the signs in the world and then I got knocked on my ass. Okay. Just in case you guys didn't hear it, you let go of the bullshit with the devil and start something new. Plant new seeds. Quit. This energy over here sucks. For real. Like, you guys need to plant a new mindset. Because I'm telling you, Uranus, harsh mistress, master, whatever you want to call it, it will come in swinging. Okay? Like, it does not play. And then we have Queen of Swords reversed, who can be known to be a bitch. And this is pretty much karma's a bitch, is what I'm hearing here. Because this whole thing is like, when this happens, there is something you guys are supposed to do. And it's not some little thing, because if you're too caught up in feeling like you know something and you're putting something off when it's as big, and this is like starting over and doing, like, planting new seeds, like literally all this stuff that you guys thought you knew, something is getting ripped up, and you guys, the last straw is you ignoring an opportunity. That's the last straw. And then it's like, well, they're not learning, so boom, in comes Uranus, and it's like just throwing it all over the place. And it doesn't care what you think about it. It doesn't care how harsh you feel about it. It's like it needed to happen. Ooh, you guys are getting called out. Sidestepping. You guys definitely doing a great job of skirting around the problem, like skirt, just getting, you guys are really not, okay, have gratitude. That was another major thing I had to learn too. There's a big sense of feeling like you're a failure, especially when you go and you get all these things that are supposed to work out, but they don't. And you see it work out for other people, and it's like, there's nothing to be grateful for. I'm sorry, I learned to be grateful. I was breathing. That was the thing I had to learn. It's like, be grateful you are alive, is pretty much I got from the bare minimum start over there. I got some pretty harsh guides though, so I obviously, if I'm telling you guys this, I think you guys might have them too. Not the same ones, but you might have like ones that are a little more like kick you in the ass than the more gentler, like, hair will nudge you in this direction. It's like, you need to get your shit going now. Okay, painful truth. You need to get your shit going now. For some of you, it's not that you don't know. It's that you know and you're not accepting it. Especially with this Four of Cups over here. You're being given the truth and you're like, nah, I don't want it. It's not what I want, so I'm not taking it. It's like, you guys, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Believe me, you don't want to do it. You hug a tree. This more grounding energy. This is like, come to your senses. It's almost like I feel like your guides want to smack you with a tree, which is saying a lot because it's a freaking tree. Growth happens in the darkest places. Guys, please. I feel like it's like I'm trying to plead with you guys. Don't do what I did. Because it really does happen in the darkest places. Believe me, there's a whole lot of rapid growth that happens in some dark places. But it's not like I'm not grateful for everything, because I wouldn't be understanding as much as I do right now. But at the same time, if I would have listened before I got the 5 million chances to listen and then ignored it and got side-slapped out of my sidestepping, then I wouldn't have gone through this very harsh way of having to get a sense of what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I'm going to be honest, it's never out of nowhere. It really isn't. Some people feel like it's out of nowhere that things happen, but there are always signs leading up to a big thing happening. Whether it's your intuition telling you and you just keep throwing it away, it's signs, it's people telling you things, whatever it is. There's always stuff leading up to a huge thing, like Uranus coming in and leveling something. And you guys have Call Your Power Back. That was probably the biggest lesson I had to learn. Because you don't realize how much of yourself you've given to really messed up situations until you're made to sit by yourself and see that no one's coming around when you're in a very bad place. And you have to be able to accept it and then take back the parts of yourself that you gave so freely, thinking that you owed it to somebody else. No, that is you, that is your energy, and you can take it back whenever you feel like it, because it belongs to you, not to anybody else. And the thing is here with you guys, some of you are running from this healing, and it's gonna catch up, and it's gonna hit hard, and this pain that's coming out here, it's meant to kind of shock you into awareness that you have spread yourself so thin that that's why nothing's happening, is because all your power is out in other people, and that's why stuff's happening for them and not for you. It's because you've literally given away everything, whether that's in being angry with people, because that's giving your energy to them, putting all your time, all your money, all your resources, like anything that you do, that you create, is your power and it is your energy. So really take note of what you've been doing with that. And you guys, you have music coming out reversed here for some self-care. One thing here is you guys need to watch out for, because music directly impacts your mindset. Some of you drown out your sorrows by listening to music that makes you more depressed. And it's like, instead of dealing with your problems, you just listen to music that doesn't help the problem. And then it's like, you feel like you decompressed because you listen to really depressing music and someone else understands you. I did the same thing. This is coming from some, I'm not gonna sit here and be preachy. This is like, literally, I did this. I mean, when growing up, young, all this stuff that I went through a lot of bullshit. But it's like, I had a lot of healing I had to do that I kept ignoring because it was very messed up. But I would listen to music to drown out my own pain by connecting to someone that it felt like they understood my pain. And the thing is, that's you putting a personification on what someone else did for themselves. No one experiences the same thing. We can be brought together by something that kind of has the same feel, but no one has the exact same thing. So you putting your experience on a song isn't you processing it, it's you sticking it somewhere instead of you actually fully incorporating what's happened. So you guys, and I understand this because I feel like you guys are going through a process I went through a couple years ago. This is feeling so eerily similar. It's very strange. But if I can help at least one of you guys not go into the ER, like that is my goal here. This create art and sing. Create art's reversed and then singing. It's almost like having these talents, and you have music too. So it's like having these talents, but not believing in your talents. Because it's like, you feel like what you create isn't art. It's almost like it sucks. It's not good enough. Obviously, you're not going to be grateful for your talent because you feel like it doesn't measure up to other people. Some of you might actually be singers and you're like, you know, I'm not like this person, obviously, because you guys put your emotions into music. I'm not like this person. I don't sound like them. I can't write like them. So it's like you're beating yourselves up. And this is something you guys need to heal. Like, this is with your healing and your painful truth. Like, this is anchored in pain because of what someone else has done. There are things you don't know deep going on within you right now because you've put so much of your focus into not focusing on it. You've possibly worked yourself into the ground at quite a few jobs. You've been trying to find the answers in other people because it's almost like if I can see someone else that has gone through the same thing, I can just, do what they're doing and I'll be good. It's like that isn't how this works. It's like you have to actually look at yourself and see what works for you. Because I can tell you right now, my routine, I don't see it nowhere on YouTube. So it's like you got to do what works for you. And you don't have to broadcast it to everybody. It's like you don't got to tell everybody like how you wake up and what you do when you wake up and how you go to bed and brush your teeth or whatever. It's like you don't have to do that. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this so you're not trying to run away from your issues and so that you do the growth without falling into the darkest place. It's like you can do it before you get there. Ground yourself before it gets that bad. And some of you, it's a lot of throat chakra because singing is like, and plus you have that blocked off with the blue over here. Some of you really need to get your voice. You have journal. There's a lot of creativity with you guys, a lot of writing. I mean, I literally talked about journaling earlier. If you guys are like wanting to do a type of journaling but you don't know what it is, I mean, you heard my weird ass one where I was just doing readings and writing down my readings for myself. You guys can do whatever you want and you can journal whatever you want. It really doesn't have to fit a mold. And that's like something I really try to drive home here when I do readings. You don't have to fit a mold. Because people create molds because they want to be able to understand everything. But in reality, all it does is harm people. Because no one's the same. Sync with the moon reverse. No one's the same. You can't sync up with other people because people aren't on your wavelength. You can get ideas and you can try some things, but when it clicks for you and it makes sense, that's what you stick with. Even if it looks nothing like what anyone else is doing, it does not matter. And then beauty ritual being reversed under here too. For some of you, this could be vanity. It could be like putting all of your energy into vanity and not paying attention to what you really need to do. Putting on a mask could be another thing, like, you know, running from it, having a mask up and acting like everything's okay when you're falling apart inside. But also, this is like I was saying, you don't need to sync with anybody. People talk about rituals, they talk about, you know, you need to release with the full moon, you need to create with the new moon. You can do whatever you want as long as you have intention behind it. What makes things powerful is your intention. If you're intending for this full moon to create everything you ever dreamed of, and you're putting everything into that, and you're doing the hard work to get it, that's what matters. You don't have to use it for what people say. It's like people can sit here and be like, this has been going on for a millennia. It's like, who cares? I wasn't around a millennia ago. This is me now. I'm doing what's good for me right now. It doesn't, they can have all the constructs in the world, but we're in this weird ass Saturn Aquarius energy where constructs are being broken the fuck down because Uranus is spinning through everything and just wanting to break down everything that once was secure and once was comfortable. These things are getting torn asunder, okay? It is not staying here anymore. The best thing you can do is find what works for you, stick to it, and don't let anyone sway you otherwise. Because if they're like, oh, your thing's weird, it doesn't do this, you're not meditating right, like whatever it is, it does not matter. It seriously does not matter. What matters is you're doing something that grounds you, whatever the hell that is. It grounds you. It makes you actually stay in your body longer than 2 seconds. So that way you can feel what it's like to exist in your body instead of trying to run off into the astral world and not be here, and then you reap the consequences because you're so disassociated. Or the grounding makes you realize just how disassociated you are from the spiritual world and that you're so focused on material things that you have no connection and that you've disconnected. This is all about balance. So you guys need to find your own unique balance. And it's not going to make sense. Like I said in the very beginning, this is very weird energy. What you think you know is... It is not going to make any damn sense when you start doing this. And this is like a weekly forecast. This is like, 7 days. This is a lot of energy for you guys. Obviously, if you're getting a thing like this, maybe some of you are already experiencing health issues. This is like your big warning over here to start doing things for you. If you need to take some time off from work, take time off from work and get your body back in order. There's definitely something here where you guys need to quit ignoring yourselves. And also, there's stigma around with the beauty ritual being reversed. Some of you might not, like it might be the opposite, where you don't put a lot of effort into yourself in any category. And beauty ritual is saying put effort into yourself. It is not selfish, it is not vain to take care of yourself. And anyone that makes you feel guilty for taking care of yourself and your well-being can go shove it, because that is pretty much what the construct is now, is drive yourself into the ground until you die, and then that's it. It's like, no, things are changing. We aren't dealing with that shit anymore, and you guys are part of the group that needs to learn that, so that way you can break out and do your own weird thing that makes no sense, because there's other people that need to see you can do things different. And that's like the big takeaway here. And I know this is only supposed to be 7-day forecast, but you guys are like in the middle of a shift. It's pretty much, you're getting this reading and you're in the middle of a big shift. So if this would have been like any other time, I don't know what it would have been like, but whenever you guys get this, you're in a shift. And that's as much as I can put it here. But this group is the Grape Agate. Is this guy right here. And Grape Agate, for one, with the purple, very linked to intuition and being able to trust intuition. But agate is very grounding. All agate is very grounding. It helps us to align, to get more into a state of acceptance, which I think is very big for this group. This actually really lined up well with this group. But also I want to talk about the fact that this is called Grape Agate, and there was so much emphasis on this group of like this balance needed between spiritual and physical, like your gut and the health that was coming out in this. Some of you quite literally could be needing to eat more fruit, but this is like realizing that you can have all the spiritual things in the world, but if you're not nourishing your body, like it don't matter. Or if all you're paying attention to is your physical body, but you're completely neglecting your spiritual health, then that imbalance is going to cause you to feel lost and like you don't fit anywhere and like you're floating in a big failure. You find your purpose and the calmness once you start trusting. And it's hard when you feel like you need to know everything, and you're scared shitless when you feel like you don't know everything that's going to happen. But at the same time, it's one of those tough lessons to learn, to kind of let go and let it flow. Believe me, it is. I have a Virgo moon. It was like a big thing for me with this analytical nature I have. So you guys definitely allow yourselves to allow things. It's a big thing here. Explore what actually helps ground you instead of like unhealthy coping mechanisms, because this can turn into trying to go towards escapism, trying to find a way to disassociate through substances, through bad habits. It could be through spending if some of you are feeling like your wallet is very tight right now. But there's a big need here to realize it's okay not to know everything. And the more you're okay with that, and you're okay with knowing that things are going to turn out for the better for you, the easier it gets, and then you can find the routine that works for you. Because what's important is routine, but not everyone is going to have the same routine. Like, I can go ahead and tell you right now, I would not be a person that could wake up at 4 a.m. That is just not in my makeup. I can't do the wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate and do that shit. It cannot happen with my body. Maybe some far off day in the future, but right now I know what routine works for me and what I need to do. And it's like, you gotta listen to your body for this. You can't just like go off of like how all these people say this is the best thing and like you're doing it and you're falling to pieces. You gotta listen to yourself. But that is what I got for you guys. And For those of you that missed or you want to rewatch your piles, I'll be editing this and they'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. Don't forget to enter the May contest. All you gotta do is follow me, subscribe, whatever it is on YouTube, and just comment a little diamond on your favorite video so I know you're entering. And it's in the wrapper because it's still a new one. And you get the Inner Child Healing Oracle and this bag of pretty crystal jimmies. Whoever wins the giveaway, and it's announced live on the 31st. So all the details are like on my socials and stuff about everything that's in there. There's pictures. So good luck, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed these readings. I am now gonna go eat and take care of myself like I preached. So you guys take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on Wednesday.